Hi there, I am going to show you an exercise that is brilliant for hip and groin pain and also low back pain, but mainly for hip and groin pain. Now, it's really important that this exercise in particular you don't do unless it's under the supervision of your physio. So this is actually designed for my patients that are at this level of their rehab. It's certainly not something that I would recommend that you do independently. Okay, so what you need is you need a slidey floor, and you need one foot that doesn't slide and the other foot that does. I'm going to take this glamorous piece of equipment here and place this underneath my foot. Now I'm using tissue obviously, but you can also use, particularly if you don't have a particularly slidey floor, then a duster or something like that's very good. Now you're going to start, make sure that your pelvis is in the neutral position, and if you don't know what that is, then you shouldn't be doing this exercise. So go through your two extremes if need be and go 50% of the way between the two. Contract your deep muscles, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start to slide the leg, the foot that's on the paper or socks or whatever the slidey one is. And you're going to start with going forwards and back and out to the side. Now, the important thing when I do that is that I make sure that my knee is pointing forward over the centre of my foot. So that if you naturally have your foot turned out, then whenever you do the sliding, you've got to make sure that that knee stays outwards over the foot. So, the next stage, once you've practiced that, is to do diagonals. So you go diagonally out to the side and come back. And again, you can see that when I take my leg out to the side, I'm not leaving my knee behind. So I'm keeping my knees open and letting my knee come out as I take my leg out to the side as well. And likewise, diagonally backwards. And you can see that this standing leg, I'm also looking at the alignment on that one. So both legs need to be in good alignment, and your pelvis needs to stay in neutral throughout. Start with a small range of motion, and then you can build up to larger and larger ranges of motion. And then you can do the same on the other leg. So even if your pain is one-sided, it's still good to do the other leg because different muscles work whether you're stabilising or moving, and your hips and buttocks work in both ways. So finally, and this one is very specifically for patients who are doing cross-country skiing, this is or any kind of sport that involves lunging actually, so anything like hockey or anything like that, going into a sliding lunge forwards and backwards, making sure that your foot is pointing forwards and your knee points forward over your foot, and then likewise same on the other side. Hope that's helpful. Do get in touch if you have any problems, any queries. Lucy McDonald Physio at hotmail.co.uk is the most direct email for me, or you can go onto our website www.octopusclinic.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and at some point when I get around to it, Instagram. Thanks. Bye.